All right, since it won't let me go live, welcome everybody to Technify Wrestling. This is our second video on the channel, so we'll just see how it goes. And I got this news today. I didn't really post it to Facebook, but if you want to follow all my socials, I post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously I go live on either Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. You can find me with the link in the descriptions down below. I'm available everywhere. There's gonna be a Linktree link eventually, but as we grow this channel, we also do have our regular Technify channel for our gaming stuff, but this is going to be all for all wrestling content. This is where it's all going to house and what we're going to do going forward. So, yeah, Mick Foley took to Facebook, I believe, or just, live stream. Yeah, it's live Facebook as it says. And he titled the video, WWE, We've Got a Problem. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but basically, to paraphrase everything, is what I've been thinking about now is that, as we all know, WWE has been the pinnacle of where to go and where to put your career with how many writers they have, how many scripts they have, how many things they have, because they're such a global brand, they can't take the risk of somebody saying something incorrect on camera. They got to make sure they're ready, but they're taking these inexperienced people, putting them on the mic, but not really putting them on the mic, using the faction route from New Japan is you put people who are green, not very good on the mic, put them in a tag team, put them in a place they can thrive around a bunch of group of wrestlers, and then they can like play off each other. So if you're nervous, somebody else can take the reins. That's why you had Jericho in the Inner Circle, but Jake Hagar can talk. Sammy Guevara has his own YouTube he could talk, and obviously we had Santana Ortiz can talk. But the fact of the matter is, none of them are as good as Jericho in front of a live crowd, right? So we can all agree with that. I'm pretty sure we can. So when you put them around Jericho, not only are they learning from him every day that they're together, but they can see the mannerisms that he does, the way he looks at the hard cam, the way he basically grew up in the system and learning on the go. And then, as you can see, Sammy Guevara's promos increased. Yeah, Santana Ortiz promos increased. Jake Hager doesn't really do that many promos. And then it also happens with like the Dark Order, and then you have all these other factions and whatnot. I don't want to go through and name them all, but big excerpt is part of it is because AEW is doing a great job of attracting great talent, proven talent, building other talent, creating storylines. But the part of the problem is part of the problem of its own making is I think younger talent sees the way developmental characters are cut out or left by the wayside, or in the case of Karrion Kross, greatly watered down, or even made a joke when they debut on the main roster. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So I know I messed that up. I'm sorry, reading. I'm just like hyped up and stuff like that. But and then he goes on to say, if I was an inspiring talent now, big league talent with a major decision to make, I'm not sure that I would trust WWE Creative right now with my career. You guys did wonders with me back in the day, but that was a different time, different place. If it was today, I'm not sure I would trust the powers to be with my career in the hands until that changes. WWE, you've got a problem. And then we've all talked about the Karrion Kross situation and issue, what they had. Sorry for the misspoken reading and stuff like that. We'll get better. I don't really read and talk, so that's not how I interact on my streams and whatnot. But let me know what I do right and let me know what I do wrong. But we're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna do this. We're just gonna throw this up raw. I didn't edit this. I didn't do anything like that. So we'll figure it all out together, and that's what we do. The issue that I don't have any issue with what he said. I don't have any issue at all with what he said. I don't have any problems or qualms or anything like that with Mick Foley said. Everything he said is what I've been feeling inside. Is like, once Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson moved over, now we have Ruby Soho coming by. I thought it would be like the Iconics coming by first or something like that, but it's Ruby Soho is a really good talent, really, really good talent. She can wrestle and she can add a very dynamic wrestling style to that already women's division that's already blossoming and blooming. I really think Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson moving over, two of the most respected wrestlers in the business today, and the most popular wrestlers in the business today. I think them moving over is a huge benefit to AEW, showing that not only can they have a large roster, they can utilize the large roster. I've been very critical on record about the large roster, and people not getting their shake and not getting their chances. But I truly believe now, if the creative and the momentum can stay the same, they can do some serious damage to not WWE, but the perception of that's the only place to go to make your millions. And now, if you do what you love and you have a passion for it, now everybody else has got a passion for it. I feel like we talked about it before in the previous video, is the Attitude Era is back again. And I feel like AEW is in the position where WWF was, and WWE is in the position where WCW was. They were king, they were crushing it, they're doing things, they got the ratings. But this company's moving, this company's making moves, the company's building by building. And I don't compare the two, and I don't want to like basically say this, that, or the other. But I just want you guys to understand that they do have a problem. And it's been hard for me to admit it because I was like, but now it's a serious problem, because I don't think up and coming young wrestlers are going to put their faith into what the system is. And I worry about who they have on the roster. Like, I know AJ Styles signed to a long-term deal, so he's wrapped up. The Finn Balor's wrapped up. I don't know their contracts, but like, AJ's got to be thinking, man, if I could just wrestle Kenny Omega, if I can just wrestle Jungle Boy, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan in a better wrestling scene, and then you have your Shinsuke's and stuff like that. I know they're happy in WWE, but they're wrestlers. And I truly think that when push comes to shove, if their contract is up right now, I don't think they'll renew, no matter how much money they're going to give them. I truly believe that the wrestlers part of that company, the people that grew up in the indies, the ROHs, the New Japan Pro Wrestlings, I truly think they won out now. And they've kind of won it out before, but I think now is the time that they go, this ain't working. Either we got to change. If WWE doesn't change their philosophy, dumps a bunch of creative writers, because if Vince is constantly tearing up the blueprint, why have so many writers that can't do the job, right? If they can't write a script for a 3-hour show and book people and not have repeat matches on repeat matches on repeat matches on repeat matches for months straight, why are they getting paid? You might as well hire me. You might as well hire Push Play the DJ, Troll Gaming. You might as well hire us. Or anybody else who's a pundit or thinks they know a lot about pro wrestling. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I don't know the ins and outs of the business. Do I want to know the ins and outs of the business? I definitely do. I've been watching wrestling since I was 2 years old. I grew up through all the eras of the changes and the shifts, and being told that wrestling is fake, being told that you shouldn't like it because of this, being told that you're whatever. We all got it if you love this business. And I love the business, and I have critiques. I'm going to be a pundit, and I'm going to say things outlandish, either for clicks, baits, or truth. Whatever the matter is, I will say it if I believe it. And I don't say things just, obviously it's embellished sometimes, but I truly believe what I said before, and I back everything that I said. So knowing that Mick Foley's said what he said, what do you guys think of the situation? How do you guys feel? Because they have a problem. And if they don't address it, if they don't change, if they go the course, they'll end up like the competition that they bought before. Left behind. Not the best. The entity, are they too big to fail? Possibly. But they won't have the crowds that AEW has. And let me tell you, watching All Out, infectious. Infectious. The crowd makes everything. Just like when you watch your sports, like I watch football, soccer, or any other sport, the crowd makes the experience. Without it, it's just empty in a hollow shell. We've had that. But you can see the difference. Fans coming back. Certain WWE stars are getting it, but AEW they've done right. And I gotta give them credit, because creatively, they've done things, they've not featured people I want to feature, but hey, we all have our gripes and issues. But overall, we're much better at WWE than doing what WWE does. And that's putting the talent out for people to see and get featured and make money, make t-shirts. I don't know if they're driving the sales as the top are, but people know their names and they cheer for them. And from start to finish, fans love the product that they're getting. And there's, even if there's a dull match, to a lot of AEW fans, they're not dull. They're just enjoyable. So, what do you think? How big of a problem is WWE in? What can they do to fix it? Leave the comments down below and like, share, subscribe this video. I want to know what you guys think. Off the cuff, this is off the cuff, so I enjoy you guys. Thank you for everything. This has been a little, I'm just recording this really fast, so I just want to get that thought out there before my mind gets all jumbled and stuff. But, hey guys, I'll see you in the next one.